My wife handed me divorce papers on Christmas Day. Then her entire family started cheering. But when she opened my gift, her face went white, because inside was... Chapter 1. The Christmas Ambush. Christmas had always been sacred in our house. Twinkling lights, fresh pine, cinnamon candles, all that warm, Hallmark stuff that made it feel like home. Every year my wife Claire insisted on hosting the family, her overly smug brothers, her gossipy sisters, and of course, her parents, who never really liked me. Still, I smiled through it, because for 7 years I genuinely believed I had married the love of my life. This year, though, something felt wrong. Claire had been distant for weeks, secretive with her phone, cold in bed, and passive-aggressive with every word. I tried talking. I tried surprising her with dates, but she always brushed me off with, "I'm just tired," or "Work is draining." The truth came wrapped in red ribbon. We were sitting around the tree, her entire family buzzing with energy. I handed out gifts, thoughtful ones I'd picked over months, and received the usual socks and awkward sweaters in return. Then Claire stood up, cleared her throat dramatically, and handed me a single envelope. Everyone leaned forward like they were watching a reality TV finale. "Merry Christmas, Brad," she said with a too-sweet smile. I opened it. Divorce papers. I stared, silent. For a moment, I thought maybe it was a prank. Then came the laughter. Her brothers clapped, her sister whistled, her mom actually high-fived Claire. "Took you long enough, sweetie," her dad said. They had all known, planned this. They thought I'd break down, beg her not to go, that I'd fall apart like some sitcom loser whose wife found herself. But instead, I smiled, because I already knew. I had known for weeks, known about the affair, known that she'd been trashing me to her family to make herself the victim, known that she planned to humiliate me on the one day she thought I'd be too emotionally cornered to fight back. But I had come prepared. "Thanks," I said quietly, folding the papers and setting them aside. "I've got something for you, too." I reached behind the tree and pulled out a small velvet box, the kind that usually holds something beautiful. Her smirk returned. "You think a little necklace is going to fix..." She stopped when she opened the box, her face drained of color, because inside was a tiny, sleek flash drive, and taped beneath it, a printed photo. Claire, half naked, in a motel room, straddling her coworker. Chapter 2. The drive that destroyed everything. For a moment, the room froze. Claire held the box like it was radioactive. Her fingers trembled as she pulled out the flash drive and stared at the photo underneath. A crisp, 4K still from a hidden camera. One glance told her everything. It was her. In the Motel 6 near the office, with Jeremy, her work husband. Hands all over each other, not even trying to be subtle. What is this?" she stammered. I leaned forward, calmly sipping my eggnog. "Your real Christmas gift." Her brother Matt snorted. "Nice Photoshop, man." So I smiled wider. "Why don't we plug it in?" I walked over to the TV and slotted the flash drive into the media port. Claire lunged up from the couch, blurting, "Don't!" But it was too late. The screen flickered to life. There they were, Claire and Jeremy, in motion, kissing, undressing, laughing about how clueless I was. Claire's voice rang out clearly. "He's like a golden retriever, loyal and dumb. He'll cry when I leave, and I'll still get half the house." Her family stared, mouths open. The room had gone silent, except for the high-def sound of her betrayal. Her father looked like he was about to vomit. Her mom clutched her pearls like we were in a soap opera. "Matt?" he just muttered. "Jesus." Claire flew toward the TV, yanking the flash drive out, but the damage was done. The room had already seen enough. I turned to her, slowly standing. "Claire, you told me I was boring. You told me I wasn't ambitious. You said I'd never be anything without you." I pulled a thick envelope from my coat pocket and tossed it on the coffee table. "That's the signed contract. I just sold the tech startup you never believed in for $3.4 million. All in my name, thanks to the prenup you insisted was just a formality. Claire's knees buckled as she sat back down. Her eyes were glassy, her mouth working silently. Her father broke the silence. "Claire, is this true?" She didn't answer, but her sister did. "Holy shit," she whispered. "You got played." I walked toward the front door, grabbing my coat. "Oh," I added, pausing, "don't worry about splitting the house. I've already filed for divorce, citing adultery. You won't be getting it." Then I turned to her family. "Merry Christmas." And I walked out, leaving Claire in a room full of judgmental eyes, her fake victory turned to ashes. Chapter 3. No one came to save her. It only took 24 hours for the fallout to begin. By the time I'd checked into a quiet hotel just outside the city, Claire had already blown up my phone with 37 missed calls and a series of frantic texts that swung wildly between rage and panic. "You embarrassed me! We can fix this. Please don't do this. People are calling me." I didn't reply, but others did, in ways she never expected. The office affair that went viral. Remember Jeremy, her oh-so-slick affair partner? Yeah, turns out he wasn't quite as clever as he thought. One of Claire's cousins, who saw the video, also worked at the same company. Guess who she sent it to? HR. In less than a week, both Claire and Jeremy were suspended pending an internal ethics investigation. Their romantic rendezvous in that cheap motel room? It wasn't just betrayal, it was a breach of company conduct. Clients, confidential data, everything was at risk. 2 days later, Jeremy's wife posted screenshots of the video, with names, on Facebook. It exploded. The post reached over 10,000 shares in under 48 hours. Comments rolled in fast. "Isn't she that operations director? Wow, didn't she post Bible quotes last week?" Trash, both of them. By the end of the week, both Claire and Jeremy had been fired, publicly. No soft exits, no mutual separation. Lies, gone. Her family turned cold. But that was just her professional life. Her personal one? That disintegrated even faster. Her father didn't speak to her. Her mother texted me an apology. Even her sister, who had cheered during the divorce announcement, messaged me privately. "I'm sorry. We didn't know." She lied to all of us. Claire was left with no allies. The same people who laughed with her just days before, now pretended they barely knew her. And Jeremy vanished, blocked her on everything, changed his number, quit his job and moved out of state with his wife. Apparently, when everything hit the fan, his wife gave him an ultimatum: therapy, a move, or total exposure to his kids. He chose survival. Claire was ghosted, not just by me, but by the one man she betrayed me for. Now she sat alone, unemployed, unwanted, and publicly exposed, with every fake smile and cruel word she once uttered playing on loop in her own mind. Chapter 4. The knock on my door. It was a gray Sunday afternoon. I was making coffee in my new place, a modest apartment downtown, quiet and clean, with no trace of the past clinging to the furniture or the walls. The knock was soft, hesitant, but I knew who it was before I even opened the door. Claire. She looked like a shadow of the woman I'd once known. Eyes hollow, makeup smeared like she had applied it with trembling hands, lips dry and cracked. She clutched her coat like it was armor, but even that couldn't hide how broken she was. "Please," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "Can I come in?" I said nothing, just stepped aside. She walked in slowly, her eyes darting across the room as if searching for pieces of her former life, some photo, some souvenir. But there was nothing here for her, nothing left. The final conversation. "I lost everything," she said, sitting down without being asked. "My job, my reputation, my family. Even Jeremy abandoned me. I've been sleeping in my cousin's basement. I have no one." I stayed silent. She looked up at me, desperate, eyes red-rimmed. "I know I made a mistake. The worst mistake of my life. But I swear I didn't mean to hurt you like this." "You didn't just hurt me," I finally said. "You humiliated me, lied to me, used me." Tears welled up in her eyes. "I deserve everything that's happened. I know that now. But please, I need help. I just need a chance to start over." There it was, the real reason she had come. Not for love, not for regret. She came because she needed a lifeline. She thought I would be that lifeline. But I wasn't the same man she had left. The man who once bent over backwards for her smile. That man died the moment she handed me divorce papers and laughed with her family like it was a party. I looked her in the eyes and said calmly, "I hope you do start over. I hope you rebuild something from all this. But you'll be doing it without me." She blinked. "What do you mean?" I walked to the door and opened it. "I forgave you a long time ago," I said, "but forgiveness doesn't mean I forget what you are, and it doesn't mean you get to stay in my life." She stared, stunned. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't curse. I didn't gloat. I just gave her the one thing she truly feared: indifference. She stood up, broken, and walked out, and I closed the door. This time, for good. Epilogue. Real revenge. The real revenge wasn't destroying her. It was becoming untouchable. It was building a new life without her, a life she could never step into again. She lost everything trying to chase what she thought was better, but I found peace by walking away, head held high, while her world collapsed in silence. If this story moved you, subscribe for more real, jaw-dropping pro-revenge stories. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters, and if you have your own story to tell, we're ready to listen. Because here, we don't just survive betrayal, we rise above it.